Fantasy football freaks, welcome back to the fantasy armchair. Hey, it looks like it's snowing in Portland. No, it's the middle of summer. It's hot out. It's just a background that's like slightly better than just having a green screen. I still haven't figured out the lighting for this particular streaming service. For those of you who've seen my like pre-recorded shows, they look fucking beautiful. You don't see any of this like fuzzy shit. For some reason on the live stream it does. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the camera or what's going on. See, look, it just goes in and out. Looks like crap. No matter what I do, it looks like shit. So that's why I'm going to actually have a background that I'm going to make myself, with my logo and all kinds of shit. That's coming like for the regular season. But anyway, so how's everyone doing? Hope you're well. Hit me up in the chat if you're here. If you got any questions, put them there in the chat. I'll go ahead and answer those at some point. We got the usual stuff to go through on this show. I'm gonna get this out because I was supposed to do this last night, and then a bunch of shit went wrong, and I couldn't finish up some things. But it actually turned out pretty good. So, made some last second changes that I thought were necessary. So here we go. I'm gonna give you my top 150 for the post preseason week 2. Give me a second. I'm just posting this up so more people can come in, get the advice you need to crush your leagues and your drafts. Speaking of which, I've got drafts going on right now. I got like a couple slow drafts and then a bunch already. I got 2 going on at once. One's about to start up. It's crazy. I got other drafts going on this weekend as well. I'm sure we all do. It's a big draft weekend coming up. So I want to help you all prepare. We're going to go over, some big news that has happened since last week, of course. We'll go over the Desean Watson stuff just a little bit. Like I said, right now I'm just trying to get some more of you in here so we can, get this out to the public, get this information, my take on it, which has proven over time to outshine that of a lot of the so-called analysts who all they basically go read Fantasy Pros and then copy that shit. Copy and paste. Here I go. No, not me. You never find that with me. I zig where others zag, and that's why I win championships, and that's why I help you win championships, all right? That's what I do. So, give me just a second. I'm going to get this out to as many people as I can here. Computer's being whack. That's how it works, right? Hopefully, like I said, you all are doing great. We're going to start things off here in just a moment. Like I said, if you have any questions, anything like that, go ahead and put them in the chat. I know you all have drafts coming up, and like I said, I've got a bunch going on right now. So if I'm looking at my phone, I got people trying to trade me like draft picks and shit. So I'll have to. Oh man, CeeDee Lamb just went off the board before I had a chance to get him, and I like him too. That's all right. I'm in a dynasty draft, and I was able to trade up from number 6 to number 4 so I could snag Jamar Chase. I love him in dynasty. He's just under Jonathan Taylor as far as I'm concerned as a dynasty pick, right up there with Justin Jefferson in PPR. I like them both over Cooper Kupp is for dynasty at the very least. But anyway, so like I said, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them there. I can't get to them right away. I'm going to get some more people in here, sending out the link. Like I said, I had it going last night, and then shit happened. So people are like, what the fuck? Where are you? That's why you got to hit that notification bell on YouTube. That way when it does come out, you always know. So anyway. All right. I'm gonna be posting periodically here. So let's talk about the big the big news, of course, that has happened. Desean Watson, real quick. Don, good to see you, Don. Don Thompson up in here. We all love Don, right? What the heck? Hide that shit. Anyway, so Desean Watson, we know it's 11 games, $5 million. Of course, that shit doesn't matter to fantasy. The money doesn't matter. No one gives a fuck about that for fantasy. What's big is 11 missed games. What does that mean for fantasy? Well, basically, it makes him undraftable in redraft leagues. So, if you're in best ball, super flex, 2 QB leagues, something like that, he's still worth, like a real late round pick. Could help you later in the season. Other than that, I'm just leaving him alone, leaving him on the waiver wire, and then make room for him later on once you're making the playoff push. So that's my advice on him. Keeping him on your bench and taking up that spot, it's just gonna fucking bite you in the ass. It's gonna make it really hard to get through the season. Through fucking 11 games, he comes back to face the Texans. That's gonna be a lot of drama. Yeah, you like that as far as fantasy goes, but it's going to take a while to get there. You don't want that drama sitting there on your bench for that long. You're not going to be able to use that space. Now, if you can stash suspended players on your IR, some leagues are doing that, then, go right ahead. In that case, yeah, I would say that, you get them in the later rounds, stash them if you can. But other than that, we're leaving Watson alone. It's more about how that affects other players, and I'm going to get into that here in the rankings. So preseason week 2, it's pretty quiet, right? Yeah, that's usually the case. I mean, other than Patrick Mahomes, right? They're playing him a lot in the preseason. He says he likes to play in the preseason, helps him get ready. It makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, we don't want you to get hurt, right? So, preseason week 2, like I said, pretty quiet. There were a few things, so I'll be talking about those in the rankings. Now, I'm also going to have a list by position, including defense and kicker, and that's coming out for my Patreon members only. So if you're on Patreon, starting tomorrow, I'm going to bring those out. If you're not on Patreon, don't forget to sign up, all right? If you're in my Fantasy Kingdom League, I know some of you are. If you're in that league, you're not signed up, you're basically getting 1 month for free if you pay your dues for the league. Why not do it? Just sign up for like a $5 tier. You get $5 off your dues. There you go. It's like the same price, except then you're going to get, bonus content. You're going to get one-on-one help every week, any day that you want, to help you with your draft and going forward. So why not? Do it. Give it a shot. All right? Simple as that. So, anyway, also there's the 1,000 subscribers contest. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to put up 2 jerseys. One signed, I don't have it right around here, but anyway, signed Keenan Allen jersey in the nice powder blue. You love it, right? Okay, so you got a signed Keenan Allen jersey and a signed jersey from someone of any team of your choice. Yeah, I'll try to get the best player you can. But I promise it'll be a star, it'll be a good player, a great player, a star player from any team of your choice, all right? And I'll get a signed jersey there for you as well, all right? That's the top prize. So 2 prizes for one. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll go ahead and do that, all right? So next week, I'm going to have the top 10 players that I'm avoiding, okay? That's a video that's going to be coming out this week, all right? I'm going to be doing the running back and wide receiver sleepers in one video that's coming out Saturday, all right? And then next week, I'm going to have a top 10 players to avoid. I'm going to go through, one player in each of the first 10 rounds. There you go. Basically, based on ADP, players that I'm avoiding, and I'll get into why, of course. Make sure to catch that. Hit the notifications bell so you don't miss a show. Without further ado, though, we're going to get up into my updated top 150 overall. Real quick, I'm going to try to get more people in here. It's ridiculous. I told you all I'd be here. That's all right, though. A lot of people are going to be watching afterwards. I'm going to be, sending it out there. It's kind of unexpected, sort of my fault, Yeah, it's what happens. It's what happens. So bear with me here. I'm going to be trying to get a lot of you on. Just send direct messages. So Again, if you have any questions or anything like that, go ahead and put them in the comments down there, and I will answer all your questions. Don says, hold on. I took over a team that has 3 keepers allowed. The person's been in last place every time. What a mess. Yeah, I hear you. I've had to do that kind of thing before. I can help you turn that around. You got to make trades. You got to get on the waiver wire. There's things that you can do to turn one of those things around. Don, I know you can do it. I'm here to help you, of course. So if you have any questions there, let me know. All right. Getting some more people in here. We're going to get the top 150. Now, if you don't know about my schedule for the coming season, I'm pulling back a little bit. I'm going to be doing my top 10 waiver wire picks like I normally do. That's going to come out every Tuesday morning. Top 10 waiver wire picks for the week. Don't miss it. It's become my hit show. A lot of people like benches and bumps. I like benches and bumps. I think it's a lot of fun. But my hit show, really, the one that a lot of people want is the waiver wire picks. I don't know. It's funny how that kind of thing happens. I don't decide what the good shows are. You decide what the good shows are, and those are the ones that keep. Now, I will still be doing benches and bumps, of course, but I'm going to be doing those live, this kind of thing, except it's going to look better. All right, trust me. I'm going to have a real background going on. So, bear with me. I'm just inviting people to the chat here, to the show. So, so not a lot of new stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and get into the top 150. People will pile in. Hold on. Dawn here, she's saying, what we got done. I'm still contemplating keepers, considering top 27 will be kept by others. Slim picking, draft with 4th in multiple leagues. Yeah, me too. I'm on I'm with the 4th pick in like 4 fucking leagues, right? I've got like 12 or 13 leagues at least going on right now. More that I'll be picking up later. But for right now, yeah, 4 seems to be the lucky number for me. So I like it. It's good for Dynasty. It's good for season long. Of course, you want to have one of those top 4 guys. Anyway. And we'll get into what do I think those top 4 guys are. Hey, there's a little segue. Let's find out right now. I actually figured out how to make this good. Maybe that's why people aren't showing up. They saw last week, like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I figured this out, all right? I figured it out. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And we're going to get into, hold on. Oh, I got it, yeah. Give permissions and shit. Yeah. It's going to go all fucking, there you go, and all Inception-y for a moment. Bear with me. All right, so get out of my way. Oops. Hold on. All right, so here we go. I'm going to try and make this a little bit bigger. Can I do like a full screen thing on this? Let's see, window. I probably can. Isn't there a way to view it? Enter full screen. There we go. Cool. All right, so here we go. Shit, get out of my way. All right, so the Fantasy Tyrants top 150 overall. So what I've done is I've shown you in with arrows, green arrows for going up, red arrows for going down, where I have actually I just thought of something funny. Because if I'm, yeah. Never mind. Okay, so, yeah, I got to kind of look at some things here. Bear with me. Yeah, I made some notes. I just realized it's going to be hard to see that. Yeah, that's cool. I figured out a way to do it for next time, but it's okay. No problem. I'll just wing it this time. I remember most of what I wrote. If I have to look at some notes on the screen, I will, whatever. You see my process. It's great. All right, so here we go. we're gonna go over this real quick. Like I said, I've got hold on, Zoom. I'm going to be talking about the guys in the green arrows are ones that have significantly gone up in rank since my last ranking. And I'm going to get into why. And the red arrows are ones that have gone significantly down, like, more than a few picks, so to speak. If it's fluctuated 1 or 2 picks in there, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to go over all of that. I'm not going to waste your time talking about every single guy. I did that last time. It takes forever. Anyway, so here we go. First of all, Christian McCaffrey. It's like we've been a little bit hard on him. Run CMC is, in the last 2 years, he's been hurt. Are we afraid that he's injury prone? I just feel like that dude is the fucking offense. And, Baker Mayfield, he knows how to butter the bread, and the bread of that offense is CMC. So I think, there are fears about him are, I think, you can't predict injuries. So why are we going to do that with CMC? Just let him be, all right? Let him do his thing. Hope for the best, and that's that. I was a little too low on him. I like him there. I might put him back a little low. He's a top 5 pick no matter what, though. So anyway, Stephon Diggs, I had him a little low last time. I think that actually with Gabe Davis and Isaiah McKenzie coming in and taking some attention away, Stephon Diggs could actually benefit from that. And I think that he and the bromance that he's developed with Josh Allen will rekindle once again this season. I like Stephon Diggs as a top 5 wide receiver. I like him in the number 4 spot, just ahead of Devontae Adams, who, just because he's going to the Vegas Raiders doesn't mean that he's, it's not like he's going to drop off the face of the earth. I don't think he's going to be the wide receiver 1 anymore, even though he is going with his college teammate, his college quarterback, Derek Carr. And, they're speaking of rekindling, they're going to rekindle a relationship there. Hunter Renfrow, I don't think it's going to get in the way too much. If anything, same thing with Stephon Diggs and those other 2 guys, they're just going to take attention away. Same with Waller. Waller's going to get his. I think Devontae Adams does too. I think Renfrow is really more of the victim here. So that's where I'm going with that. Moved him up a little bit. Alvin Kamara, okay, so we find out that, he most likely he's not going to be suspended this year. Most likely his punishment's coming next season. So, I like him a bit, but that offense, it's not going to be great. That offense has been completely the shits since Drew Brees left, right? So, I'm not as big on Kamara. I think he's going to still be top 10, but not a top 5 guy like we've been expecting each year. I think that Chubb goes a little flaccid with, nothing with the offense basically, hindered by Watson being out for 11 weeks. I think that Jacoby Brissett is not going to make that offense dynamic enough for Chubb to really stand erect, So anyway, penis jokes, Chubb. That's what you can expect from me. That. So let's go on to the next one here. This is a lot better than me. Hey, go look at the fucking, go look at the chart. Go look at fucking what I posted on Facebook. At least I can get it on the screen here. Although I can't read my notes. That kind of sucks. It's okay. It's all right. I remember most of it. It'll sound better next week. It'll get better every week, folks. Don't worry about it. That's how it works. I'm a one-man show. What do you want? I don't have like some multi-million-dollar budget and like 500 dudes working for me, picking the fucking nose, hitting some buttons once in a while, all right? What can I say? So here we go, 31 through 60, all right? Elijah Mitchell, I have him down a little bit this week. I love this guy. I think he's great. I think he has got running back 1 upside. The problem is he's already getting some injury issues, and that's been the problem with the 49ers running backs. They got a whole platoon of them, but they go through them like a teenager goes through Jergens and Kleenex. Like, fuck, dude. It's that's why they have so many of them, because they go through them. So if you pick up Elijah Mitchell, I'm definitely taking Trey Sermon late in the draft. I think that Trey Sermon ends up being, at least for this season, the number one backup. I think the rookie Ty, he's going to come in and he'll get his. I think, you're looking at Wilson, Hasty, they'll all get theirs, but I think really Sermon's kind of going to be the number 2 there. I like Elijah Mitchell, but, you can afford to wait on him and pick him up as in that low end RB2, high end RB3 area. I have him a lot higher up than a lot of other analysts do. And even still, after lowering him just a little bit, not too much, after, lowering his rank a little bit, I'm still higher than a lot of guys. I have him over David Montgomery. A lot of people have I don't know. I think that the potential of Elijah Mitchell is, I like it more than David Montgomery's potential. And I'm a guy about upside. I love upside. I'd rather go with an upside guy than someone who, what he's going to do, but it's never going to be all that spectacular. Elijah Mitchell has the potential to break out this season if he can stay healthy. That's why you got to pick up his handcuff. You got to make sure to get CERN. All right, Patrick Mahomes. I was down on him a bit. I like him. I love what he's been doing in the preseason. We're seeing him, connect with this guy. He's been connecting with Skye Moore. He's been connecting with Juju. Hey, he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league since coming in. You can't be down on him, dude. Even in the post Tyreek Hill era, yeah, I think it's great. We all know Travis Kelce is gonna feast this season, and Patrick Mahomes is gonna be the one feeding him, and that's gonna work well for you if you pick him up. J.K. Dobbins, yeah, Oh, wait, no, let's go back real quick. Travis Etienne, sorry, it blends in with the grass of my background there. Travis Etienne, I love him, love this kid. I think that this is a guy that could end up being a top 10 running back, and people are afraid of him because of his injury. They're afraid of James Robinson getting in there. I think it's been made clear in the offseason that they trust this kid in Jacksonville, that he's the guy, and, I think that he's going to surprise a lot of people. I think people are way too low on him, as a top 20 running back. People have him outside the top 20. I don't like it. I think he's a lot better than that. J.K. Dobbins, hey, this is a real high risk, high reward right here. This guy was promising. We saw some good stuff coming out of this kid. Then all of a sudden, he gets that nasty ACL injury, torn ACL, fucking nightmare, right? He's coming back. We weren't sure if he's going to be here the first week or so. Turns out he is. I think it is going to take him a few weeks to come back. But ultimately, I think he'll be playing. But to come back to form, to not be afraid of making the cuts and being as explosive as we know that he can. I think that it's going to take him a few weeks to get used to doing that again. So, but. That's not enough to make him, not flex worthy at the very least. This is a guy, he's going to be like a flex dude at first, but he could be a solid RB2 by the end of the season. Deonte Johnson, it's just a matter of that offense. The offensive line sucks a fucking big, giant donkey's dick. I don't like it. It's not going to be good for him. It's not going to be good for, the QB, of course, whether it be Trubisky, or God damn it. Why am I blanking on his name? Pickett. I don't know. I couldn't think of it. So yeah, you got George Pickens in there. He's looking good. You got Claypool there. A lot of people were down on him last year. I think he's going to make some big strides this season. Freiermuth, he's another guy that's up in there. Najee Harris needs to get his. I just think there's too many mouths to feed and not enough feeding that'll be done, because I think that the QB will be on his ass. Deonte Johnson, I think, takes a step back this season. He's a low end wide receiver two at best. Mike Williams. Oh yeah. Before we get to him, Cortland Sutton. We're just too low on him. I'm all about. I love Jerry Jeudy. I think Cortland Sutton could end up outplaying him this season. Jerry Jeudy's got a lot of talent, but Cortland Sutton hasn't had a quality QB giving him quality targets the way that Russ Wilson will. I think with Russ Wilson throwing him the ball, he could end up by the end of this preseason overtaking Jerry Jeudy in the rankings. It could happen. Marquise Brown, until Hopkins comes back, he's the guy there for Kyler Murray, who just got a big-ass motherfucking bag. That guy is locked in. And when he's locked in and playing locked in and not distracted by, talking about money and shit, when he's not distracted, this guy can produce. He got paid. This is a top 5 QB, definitely. His top target is going to be Marquise Brown. You got to have him. That's a good it's kind of a good stack, but at the same time, we know that D-Hop's coming back. So, what you should probably do is get Marquise Brown after he has a few hot games, trade his ass, on the upside, find a sucker in your league who'll do it. Hey, you ain't trading, you ain't trying. That's how it works, all right? Nothing wrong with that. Mike Williams, yeah, he had some great games to start out the season, and then he went fucking ice goddamn cold. Colder than a witch's tit. All right. I don't like it. Mike Williams. He's losing ground to Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer has been talked up a lot in the offseason. I think he's going to be taking a lot of targets away. Keenan Allen, we know he's the guy for Herbert. So Mike Williams, I don't think he's going to have the same kind of year. Another guy who I think, I think this guy's going to have a sophomore slump, and that's Amon-Ra St. Brown. I love the name. I think that's a song by Nile, right? They're like an Egyptian death metal band. One of my favorites. Amon-Ra, like the sun god, right? But I just think that St. Brown last season, the Lions, they were dealing with injuries at wide receiver. Jared Goff just fucking blindly throws darts. You guys flaming trash, So therefore, with that and a mediocre defense, they were behind in a lot of games. I think that Amon-Ra St. Brown benefited from that. I think that this year, though, TJ Hawkinson's going to take a step forward. You got Jameson Williams up there in the mix. I think that, St. Brown has a sophomore slump this year. I'm calling it. Love the guy. I think he's going to have a slump, maybe bounce back next season. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to go on to the next list here. Hey, look, there's some actual people that showed up. That's cool. That's good to see. Let's go through that real quick before we head on. All right. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for just a moment here. Stop it. All right, there we go. Oh, the whole fucking screen went green. That's cool. I don't give a fuck. What up, people? Says Ronald. What's up, Ronald? Dawn says she's down on Swift. Hey, Swift's going to be good. Sorry I'm late. Work sucks. Yeah, I know. I'm same thing. I was a little bit late, too. What are my thoughts on Barkley this year? I have him ranked, I believe, as the RB10, I think. And I like him. I like him there right now. I think he's the top 10 running back. I think he could have some upside. He could be him and Kadarius Toney are really the only guys in that offense I'm going after. I think that a lot of people are going to be down on Saquon Barkley because he had a whole season to get back from that ACL injury, which is why I'm kind of feeling the same way about J.K. Dobbins. He could have a whole year where it's where he's taking some time to come back. But the thing is, the difference between him and Dobbins is Dobbins is in a much better offense, but he's not as good a running back. So, I think that Saquon Barkley, I like him. I like him as like like I said, RB10. Ronald says I'm not touching Mitchell at all. I understand your thinking on that. The guy has upside. The guy has a lot of potential. He could be a fucking top running back in this league, but you're right. It is risky. You have to have a backup plan. I wouldn't take him as my first running back, as a second running back, and then you kind of go deep, in your bench at running back, just in case. I think you can make a case for that. I still like Monty, says Ronald. I like him too. I don't think he's gonna drop off, but he could get injured. I like Herbert. I think that we're gonna see more of him. You can't not. I think that Monty's great, but I don't know. Monty doesn't have upside. Well, I mean, of course he's got upside, but the problem is that the guy with more upside there really is Khalil Herbert. I think that what we saw from Herbert last year and the way they've been talking about him in the offseason, I could see him maybe not overtaking Monty, but really cutting into him and what he's doing. I worry about that. I still like Monty as like a low end RB1, high end RB2. But what do we got? He won leagues 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Running back changes quick. Rudolph. The red-nosed reindeer? Mason Rudolph? No, that's not who I was thinking of. It was I know Mason Rudolph. I was thinking of the rookie. Is Herbert okay? I thought they carted him off the field the other day. Yeah, okay. So there was. Let me get into that. There was like this rumor. This guy he was carted off. It turns out they just he wasn't really carted off. It was like a go-kart. He was like, all right, I want to go to the back now. Dude's fine. That's already been cleared. He's okay. I do take Herbert anytime. I take Monty. Yeah, of course. If you're taking Monty, you're taking Herbert. You have to. And you got to reach up for him. And the way that he's been playing lately, a lot of people are getting behind him. He's starting to gain some hype. All right. And I'll be getting into him here in just a second, in fact. So, I'll talk a little bit more about him in a minute. But yeah, I'm with you. If you take Monty, you got to take Herbert. Like I said, I don't dislike Monty. I'm worried about Herbert cutting into his production. I worry about his production overall, really. Just from we don't really know exactly how Chicago's offense is really going to pan out. We know that Fields is going to be the guy. He's going to be thrown at the Mooney. He's going to be thrown to Cole Kmet. But past that, how effective is that going to be? And is that going to be enough to allow Montgomery to be, that low-end RB1 more so than like a mid-league RB2? Remains to be seen. I worry about it. I'm not, like I said, I'm not afraid of drafting him. I'm just not going to reach up very high for him. And if I do, and if he falls to me, I'll take him. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking Herbert in that case. What are my thoughts on Damien Pierce? Nick, I'm going to get to that here in just a minute. I love the guy. Yeah, I do. Damien Pierce. I have a whole thing about him. Let's see. So let me take a look here, see if there's anything I missed in my notes, because I didn't want to get all into it. Let's see, where are we at? Okay. All right, so we're on to the next page. I'm going to do that. Moving on. Chris Carson. No. Mack ain't going to take the number one in Houston. I think it's going to be Damien Pierce. I'm getting like Arian Foster vibes. Remember that? Remember that year when Arian Foster, when really smart fantasy football guys were just pounced on that shit. Yeah. I like it. Oh, you're saying Pierce is Carson? No, he's not. I'm not saying he is Arian Foster. He's not the same kind. Wait, what? Is PR football? He runs like a. Okay, but that's not okay. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that he's like the guy who, first of all, he's on the Texans. Second of all, he's like the guy that savvy guys were picking up and starting, and other guys were like, what the fuck? Why? I don't think he's gonna be. But then he'll end up being like a break. Not I wouldn't say breakout, but he'll end up being. He's definitely gonna outperform his ADP. I think that Pierce definitely outperforms. I'm gonna get to Pierce. I've got some things I'm gonna say about him. So let me get back to the shit here. Let's do this. Okay. We're going to go back and forth. So here we go. All right. Oh, wait. Did I skip one? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. All right, TJ Hopkinson, I put him down a little bit just because Goff, no other real reason. Just kind of to make room for other guys, to be honest. I don't think he's going to be fine. Tight end 6, mid-level tight end with upside. He could have upside if I don't know. I just hope they eventually find a better QB for the Lions. Obviously not this season, but next season in a loaded QB draft, I think they do it. Juju. Someone's got to be catching those passes other than Kelsey from Mahomes. I think Juju makes a case for being that guy. I think until Skye Moore, digests the offense and gels more so with Mahomes, I think that Juju could be that guy. I had him too low before. I raised him up. So here we go. Antonio Gibson. Yeah. This guy, my God. For the Commandos. The Commanders. Yeah, he's been dropping like drawers. Going commando. It's a joke. It sucks. I know. But anyway, yeah, I like him, or I don't like him. I think that I might even have to drop him lower than where he's at. He's been running with the twos. He's had the fumbling issues. He's just not explosive. We've seen him for a couple years. He hasn't shown us much. I think, Robinson, Brian Robinson is really, really making a name for himself. I think that he'll end up overtaking Antonio Gibson by the end of the season. I worry so much about that. I mean, Antonio, this could all just be to light a fire under his ass, and maybe it works. We've seen Antonio Gibson produce, but you can't ignore what the rookie's doing. And that puts Antonio Gibson down. I think he's going to continue to fall. Jalen Hurts, I just put him right above Burrow, because, he's probably has the ugliest 25 points per game in the league. He gets it done somehow, some way. In the third quarter, he'll have like 10 fantasy points. And you'll be like, Fuck you, Tyrant. Why did you tell me to start his ass? All of a sudden, he's running, he's gunning, and he's got another 15 points. Boom, good for 25 points every fucking game. I had him for that reason, and along with the fact that he's got A.J. Brown there, and from what we're hearing in camp and everything else, that he and A.J. Brown are hooking up, that A.J. Brown is making that team a lot better, and if that team's a lot better, Hurts has him. He's got Smith, he's got Goddard, he's got the weapons to do it. He's got his legs to help with that too. For those reasons, I got to put him one step above Burrow. Miles Sanders, hey, you take, it's all about give and take. You give to Hurts, you got to take from Sanders. He just hasn't been looking good. Now he's got a hamstring issue. And on top of that, Gainwell is finally looking like the guy we thought he was. Hey, why don't we cue Dennis Green here? He was who we thought he was. He was who we thought he was. I know that's bad. But anyway, you get it. You get what I'm saying. So yeah, Miles Sanders, I'm down on him. Allen Robinson, I don't know why people were so up on him in the first place. Honestly, I never really was. Allen Robinson, I think he's going to be great, but I was just a little bit high on him. That's all. Not a big deal. He'll be fine. Gabriel Davis, I was kind of cynical about him. Like, oh yeah, I like Isaiah McKenzie. You're all too high on Davis. Okay, yeah, but maybe I was a little bit too low on him. I do think that he's gonna be. I think that the team of him and McKenzie are far better than that of, or will be at least far better than that of Sanders and Beasley. Or Davis and McKenzie, yeah, over Sanders and Beasley. So anyway, Damien Harris, basically because he's losing ground to Ramondre Stevenson, who I already had ranked pretty high. I should actually probably raise him too. I didn't raise him this week. Probably will next week. Hunter Renfrow, I had him a little further down than probably I should have. He'll be fine. I might have to keep raising him too. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, yeah. There's a lot of reasons. One of them's Pacheco. We'll get into that. But just, he just hasn't been the guy that we thought he was. He's like what was it? The anti Kenneth Gainwell, right? No. He hasn't been there despite my awesome rap about him. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the Fresh Prince of Hilaire, has not been so princely. He's royally sucked, to be honest. All right. Just like Hunter Renfrow, I think Tyler Lockett, I was a little too far down on. He's a good wide receiver too on a team where he's going to get some targets. I think that he's definitely not going to do as well as he did with Russ Wilson there. DK Metcalf's going to be the guy, whether it be Geno or Locke. Lock to Lockett, that'd be interesting, right? But in the wide receiver 4 bench, one of your top bench guys, I think Lockett fits in well there. All right, let's go back to the peanut gallery for a minute here. All right, hold on. Let's see, hold on. What do we got? Ronald says, if anything, you're too high on Damien Harris. I was thinking the same thing. I might have to bring him lower and Stevenson maybe a little bit higher. Yeah. Oh, Pro Football Focus says that? Yeah, fuck Pro Football Focus. He's not fucking Chris Carson. He's not Chris Carson. I like Damien. I think Damien Pierce is a lot better than that. I liked him before his landing spot. I said that he's, for all the running backs this season, he might have the best chance to carve out, a 3-down running back role in his offense in year 1. And I stand by that. A lot of doubters out there doubted me about all the shit that I said last season too. About Debo and about, like when everyone was talking about, well, who's going to come in for Henry, and everyone was talking about Nick Nichols. Like, no, he's going to still be a 3rd down back. It's about Deontay Foreman. Those of you who listened and took Foreman, you won your championships. Yeah. I zig when others zag, and it's a good thing. That's what I do. Anyway, so let's go on to the next section here. We're going to share the screen again so you don't see me looking down trying to figure this shit out. Just kidding. Love you. All right. Yeah. All right. What was next? I guess after 3 is 4, ain't it? That's usually how numbers go. My daughter knows that shit. All right. Let's go in the full screen here. Here we go. All right. We're almost all the way through this. It's page 4 of 5. Excuse me. Got the beer going here. All right. So, ask and you shall receive. Here we go. Damien Pierce. All right. I love him. I may be too low on him right here. In fact, I'll probably put him up higher as time goes on because so many people are low on him. I should have him higher. How do I only have him at the running back 36? That makes no sense. I don't know why I don't have him higher. I really, really should because I absolutely love this kid. What did I say? I said something cool about him. That's why I'm bringing up my notes. Bear with me here. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm on the Damien Pierce hype train. Full on. Got my first class ticket. Yeah. What else? Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the first class ticket. I bought the fucking buffet, the full buffet. I've got a pass to sit with the engineer. Fuck, I might be driving this whole goddamn thing. I fucking love this guy. All right, give me the fucking, I'll put the goddamn coals. I'll put the hot damn coals into the fucking engine and get it going. All right, I love it. I'm all about this guy. This is the wrong fucking thing. There we go. Let's bring this back up. Yeah. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I know you gotta read my fucking shit. My notes. My notes about the train. Okay, like I said, he isn't like Arian Foster so much. He's a much more of a bruising running back. But I think that that he's Marlon Mack's not going to be in his way too long. I think that eventually he's going to take over the top running back spot. If he doesn't start off that way, I might be too low on him. I think he's a top 30 guy. I'm going to have to change that before next week. I do. I'm all over him. I think that I think this guy has potential to be a solid RB2 at least for years to come. So, Kadarius Toney. We saw some glimpses of his greatness last season, even with Danny Dimes throwing him fucking pennies. There's no one else. It's him and it's Saquon Barkley. So, I had to move up a little bit. Kenneth Walker moves down. This guy's been up and down. First of all, Carroll's like, oh, he could be, I'm okay with if he's the top running back in our offense. Oh, that sounds good. Let's raise him up. Oh yeah. Well, now he's dealing with like some fucking bullshit. Like, what did I have? Hold on. See, there you go. The whole notes thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. The hernia surgery. That's what it was. So he had hernia surgery. There's no timetable for return. So fuck. What are we gonna do? Put him down. We're not putting him down. We're not killing. We're not euthanizing the guy, but we're just gonna rank him down a little bit. James Robinson, I'm ranking down simply because of the fact that he's a handcuff. He's just a handcuff. Don't get all fucking uppity. Oh, it's gonna be a running back committee for the Jaguars. Maybe the game one it might be, or something like that once in a while. But no, I like James Robinson as maybe one of the top handcuffs. In fact, I should put him higher than Kenneth Walker. That'll probably happen before next week. But I think that's what he is. Dawson Knox, I have him down a little bit lower. Here's the thing. I predicted correctly Dawson Knox rise to prominence last season. And I'm predicting his slight fall and plateau this season. I think that they're going to be going a lot more to the other wide receivers. They get James Cook there in the mix. I feel like there's a lot going on there. I think Dawson Knox ends up being the odd man out with all those other pass catchers getting theirs. Allen Lazard, hey, he's the number one receiver for the quarterback who took the MVP 2 years running. How the fuck is this? I'm probably too low on this guy. I'm probably way too low on Lazard. I should be boosting that lizard up. Hey, maybe by next week we'll have him up there above Robert Woods, I think. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I'm going to be swapping that out here soon. Even a little bit over Brandon Ayuk. I think I think I'm way too low on Lazard. I need to bump him up even more than I already have. I just didn't want to make it some dramatic thing. I'm just, I'll do that. I'll probably have him, he'll still be just outside the top 100. I'll probably have him right there next to Aaron Rodgers. Why not put them together? Yeah, I like that. James Cook, I think he's going to be great eventually, but this season he's got too much to contend with. The Bills aren't necessarily a running team really anyway, and Devin Singletary did enough last season to establish himself as a top guy, and especially since Zach Moss ain't shit. James Cook, he's got the pedigree. He's going to be able to do. He's gonna come in, and he's going to be spelling Singletary once in a while. He'll come in the pass game. I think he's going to get his. He's going to be on the same level as J.D. McKissick. Right there. Look at that. RB 41 and 42. He's like a J.D. McKissick kind of role. Not quite J.D. McKissick. I mean, he has the potential to be a 3-down back, but they're going to utilize him, more so in the passing game this season, I think. Brian Robinson, there he goes. He shot up the board. I think he's going to be shooting up a lot higher. He may go up 10, maybe even 20 spots by next week. Yeah, probably closer to 20. Maybe even more. Shit. Yeah. We gotta hear what's going on with Gibson. I think Gibson starts off the season as the number one guy there. But I think by the end of it, we're looking at Robinson, but not really by the end of it, like probably within a couple weeks, like a week or two. So anyway, I'm going to go back here. Nick, I'm with you on Pierce. I'll die on that hill this year. Yeah, me too. I seriously will. That's a ride or die rookie right there. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to end up being a solid flex guy by, midway through the season. If not before that. So anyway. All right. So we're going to get to the final page of the top 150. Let me load that up here. Yeah. Want to share that? Share alike. Allow. All right. So here we go. I got Justin Fields. I don't know. This is another guy. I could have him too low. I think he does make his way into the top 15 QBs, and he'll have a top 10. He'll have top 10 potential week to week. Khalil Herbert's another guy that's going to shoot up further. Possibly. I like him here right now. He's going to be one of the top handcuffs I'm going after. It's like him and Madison and James Robinson. There's your top 3 handcuffs right there. Treylon Burks. He's just, it's going to be Bobby Trees. And now we're hearing that Westbrook Akina, who might be breaking into my top 150 by next week, all right, that he's going to be ahead of him in the depth chart. Burks will be the number 3. I believe it. He's got the talent. He's got the potential, but it's going to take him some time, especially in such a poor offense. I think that eventually Malik Willis will be the QB there over Tannehill. And that time, maybe him and Burks hook up. We'll see. But in the meantime, and I can't have him up too high. He's wide receiver 50 there for me. All right, here we go. Pacheco. He's been making a name for himself. Are we believing? This reminds me of Ramondre Stevenson last season. Except this could actually happen. I wasn't believing in it at first. I'm not really on the Pacheco hype train. I didn't buy a ticket for it. I didn't buy a ticket for the train, but I did stow away. Shh, don't tell anyone. Raheem Mostert, he's just in a log jam there for the Dolphins at running back. With Gaskin and of course Chase Edmonds there. There's other guys in the mix. I just don't think that he's the guy. He's one of the guys. He's not the guy. And it's a mess there. And if I want anyone, if I want any of the running backs there, it's going to be Chase Edmonds. I think Chase Edmonds is my baby boy. I love that guy. He's not in the best position right now, but I think he'll emerge as the top guy. Rondelle Moore, a lot of people forgot about, when he had some pretty good games for the Cards last season, with some injuries and things going on. He showed that he has some potential breakout in him. He has a breakout star, potential there. I don't think that, unless there's some injuries this season, he's gonna really hit that potential. There's just a lot of mouths to feed there, but I still like him where I have him here. Someone on the end of your bench who could be a lottery ticket. Marlon Mack, I have him down. Just Damien Pierce, love him. Marlon Mack, not so much. He's never been able to keep a running back one job. I think he's a really good backup. That's it. George Pickens and Isaiah McKenzie. These are two guys who will skyrocket up this board over the next week or two. I'm telling you right now. The more I evaluate these guys, the better I like both of them. Joshua Palmer too. I think that he ends up being the wide at the end of, let's say, the start of next season. Joshua Palmer is the number 2 guy at the very least for Justin Herbert. I love him. He was making some strides last season. He's showing that he ain't going away this season. He's working his way up. I like him. Jamal Williams, handcuff. You don't even really need him. Swift, because if he goes down, what's Williams going to do? He's really all right to fill in, but I'm not worried. I'm not going to stash him on my bench. I'll pick him up off the waiver wire if need be, but I'm not stashing him. Devin Duvernay, I've been talking about the last couple of years. The potential on this kid, I love it. He just been crawling his way up the depth chart. Now he's number 2 there for the Ravens. I think, he's going to be starting. We're going to see him. He's going to be the reason why Bateman is going to be a superstar at least a star, because he's going to take some attention away. Because if you don't, Duvernay will beat you too. Davis Mills showed us in some games last season that he's not the joke we thought he was. We all laughed. Davis Mills, look at this fucking guy, right? Hey, he showed us he's got some potential. He can make some shit work. And one of the guys that he's been connecting real well with is Nico Collins. Yeah, Cooks will get his, but Collins is someone who I'm looking out for. We've been talking about him since last season. I think this season he makes his way into the conversation. And there you go. And there's my top 50, or top 150 even. Yeah. All right. So we made it. That wasn't as bad, see? Last week was a lot harder. Yeah, this is live. I'm live right now. I do non-live shows as well. I'll post those up too, of course, wherever. But my next one is the when I say, the wide receiver running back sleepers. I've got that coming out Saturday morning. That's one of my pre-recorded shows with all the fancy fucking edits and all that fun shit. So stay tuned for that, all right? So Chase is on the case. I love it. Anyone with the name Chase. My brother's name is Chase. I love my brother. I like Chase Edmonds. I like Jamar Chase. Anyone named Chase, I love. Wait, skin your knee on the hill. I skinned my knee fucking falling through my aunt's goddamn deck. That's how I skinned my knee. Yeah, anyway. Hold on. Let me get home in like the 11th round. Yeah. Anyway. I'm going to see what Skye Moore does in preseason. I think eventually he's going to be one of the guys, if not the guy there. He's got a lot of potential. I just think this season, barring injury, it's, he's going to be a bench guy, if that. But he could break out. If things break the right way, you could be seeing a guy that's a flex consideration by the end of the season. We'll see. Anything can happen. And that's the thing about fantasy football, right? Anything can happen. And that's why you've got this guru helping you out. Hey, I'm going to have the Patreon link in the description down there. I got to put, some of the information there. And this streaming service it's not compatible with my shit for some reason. But anyway, I'm going to put that information down there in the Patreon. If you are in the league, the Fantasy Kingdom, go ahead and click the Patreon link, sign up. You're basically paying the same amount you normally would, except you're going to get the one-on-one advice and you're going to get the bonus content. All right. So I've got my top 150 up there. I'm going to have positional rankings up there in the next day or so, as well as kickers and defenses. You want to see all that? Sign up with me on Patreon. All right. The next show is on Saturday. It comes out. It's one of my, produced shows with all the fancy bells and whistles and shit. You'll love it. Okay, I'm going to be going over my QB and my running back and wide receiver sleepers. All right. Hey, until then, I'm out. Good luck with your drafts. Peace out.